Welcome back. They call me, because I prefer it, Torres. Started from high school. My coach said, Torres! I guess he was scared that there would be too many Jose's on the football team. But it stuck. Make it simple. Mr. Torres, Dr. Torres. But now, with educating people, and now theoretically, assistant professor, or at least I was, Profe, el profesor, el maestro. A veces la gente me dice el jefe, they call me the boss at night. Hey, you get treated how you treat others and how you lead people. And people respect you the way they give respect. Sometimes the general, I don't know. I listen to everyone's ideas and try to lead and take all the hits when I do wrong and make mistakes. So I have to tell one of my residents about this thing called no man's land. And everyone thinks about McBurney's Point. There's a belly button here, the distance between the belly button and the interior of that crest halfway down, or 2/3, boom! If you're tender there, you have to think about appendicitis. But in a female, you have to think about colic, ovarian torsion. So a lady last night had acute pain to the umbilical area, and she says right side. But which part of the right side? Under the gallbladder, at the gallbladder, lower down, or so we're called no man's land. What makes it no man's land is if you're a little chubby, Fupa, pannus, is so large that you can't really tell where is the right little quadrant, because the pannus is, or you can't tell because the obesity, the chubbiness, the chub, you can't tell if it's really right little quadrant, or no man's land, right in between. So sometimes you gamble. So you have to gamble in the safe way. Get a right quadrant ultrasound. And if it's negative, no gallstones, no hydro, you're like, no hydro doesn't rule out stone not present. This means that there's no acute obstruction yet to that side of the ureter or the kidney. No hydronephrosis. You could check a UA for blood. Like, hey, hopefully this patient's not on her period. If there's blood, think about kidney stones, right? And then if there's no kidney stones, no signs of pyelo infection, you have to think, hey, maybe I'm wrong and it's the appendicitis. So we kind of did that. And I thought the patient was progressively, still has a right little quadrant pain, but she had the little chub. So I was like, okay, we'll sign it out. And luckily, I have an honest resident who said, hey, did you hear about that patient? And I was like, I heard about that patient. I heard that we signed it out. I don't know what the final results were. Acute appendicitis. And of course, the story evolves. Patient says, I had upper belly pain. Later on, the patient becomes right little quadrant pain. Of course, it's obvious on a CAT scan, so the story fits later. But initially, when people come in with, my pain hurts up here or up here, and people love to blame Chinese food, which a lot of people eat, but no one blames it when the food, when they eat it every day, it doesn't cause any pain. But that one day they eat Chinese food, oh my God, the Chinese food causes pain here. That slowly went, doo. So, again, sometimes you have to mention this in a chapter called no man's land. In the right lateral flank or right lateral abdomen, you have that issue all the time. But do not stick to one diagnosis and say that's the only diagnosis that's possible. And right, always entertain. And maybe vice versa. Maybe the guy's so big and chub that when you look for the right little quadrant and look for appendicitis, when you do a CAT scan, you find acute cholecystitis. Make sense? Please come back to listen to the Profe. Alright? Do well. You're not as great, as awesome as your best sign up, and not as bad as your worst. Alright? And read the sign in the back on my shirt. true to the end of time.